Annabelle, if we take some cues from the bond market, we could see some signs of things abating here.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing so far, because we just got some new details coming through on how those notes are performing. And what we're seeing actually is that they're starting to trade out of that extremely distressed territory, because Adani Ports had been one that we were tracking this week, falling below 70 cents to the dollar. It's now climbed a little bit, 3.7 cents on the dollar to 67.7 cents just in the last few minutes. So that does tell us perhaps that investors are getting a little bit more confident about the outlook for the company. There was that story that has just mentioned there that Gautam Adani is apparently in talks with some of these creditors to start prepaying some of the loans. And you also had those views from Goldman Sachs coming through, and we do understand they were speaking with some of their investors saying bonds at this value, that's a good buying opportunity.
Again, confidence has shored up with the company making some of the debt payments, which they haven't missed any at all. I mean, we should make that absolutely clear. That's
right. And no real question marks over their ability to meet their short-term debt obligations. That's what we understand. But if you take a look at the debt timeline this week, because Adani Ports was one of the main ones, and it did service about $25 million worth of debt obligations on interest payments. The other ones that are coming up ahead, Adani Transmission and then Adani Electricity Mumbai, they have been some of the biggest laggards that we've seen in terms of the stock market valuations, down around 60%.
Well, Belle, we're still seeing the market rout hitting other Indian assets. It is about sentiment getting impacted. Psychological, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely has. And you really can't overstate the importance of the Adani Group to the Indian benchmark, because at its peak back in September, nearly 1 out of every $10 that was going into Indian equities was going to an Adani Group company. So that just really tells the importance of the size of this conglomerate. But yes, in terms of the flow-on effects, what we've seen, you can see this chart here, India underperforming the most in 12 years. It was down more than 10 percentage points versus its global peers over the course of January. Of course, the question is whether we'll start to see any sort of course correction in the session today. Just given what we were discussing there with the bonds, it does appear a little bit perhaps that sentiment could be propped up, even after yesterday, because we did hear Gautam Adani himself addressing local media, saying the reasons for him pulling that share sale didn't do anything to try and stem the rout today in the session. 40 minutes to go. Has.